What's going on? I'm Cole, and today we're going to be doing the 222 challenge. So, what that is two books you're excited to read, two books that you're scared to read, and two books that have been kind of on your to be read list or that you're kind of in the middle of, and it's just taken you a very long time to read. So, let's start off with the two books that I'm excited to read. The first one off, we have Wandering Stars. This is by Tommy Orange. He wrote another book called There. That's one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. This is the second book. I think this is kind of a sequel to that book, but like also not really. But I love There. So I'm very excited to check out Wandering Stars. The next book that I'm excited to read is Dungeon Crawler Carl. This is by Matt Denineman. I know a lot of people love this book. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book. The idea is that it's kind of like this video game-esque style book, or like it's like a lit RPG is what people are calling it. There are a ton of books in this series. So while that scares me because I'm not a huge series person, I'm excited to dig into this. I'm not a huge like sci-fi fantasy guy, but I think this one kind of with the elements that it's taking is something that's going to fit more into my realm. Now let's get on to the books that I'm scared to read. The first one is Crime and Punishment. This is from Dostoevsky. This is a book that I know a lot of people have recommended. My dad, this is kind of one of those books I know, like, a while back, maybe I said something like, what book should I read? I think this is a book that my dad recommended. Is like, everyone should read this book. I know a lot of people love this. And it's just kind of, I've started this book a few times. I know, like, when either my daughter or son was born, started reading it, but it was just something that I couldn't really get into at the time. So eventually I'm going to have to get into this, although it kind of scares me too. And the second book I'm scared to read, this Absent Stars. This is from Christopher Charlton, one of my favorite writers. I really love the book that he did, Welcome to Dahmerville. He also had a comic book called Black of Heart. I've said, not a huge sci-fi fan in some ways, and maybe I do like some sci-fi. There's books like The Martian that I really enjoyed. But as it kind of gets into this and I'm starting to read more, I really want to check this book out. But I don't love sci-fi, so some of the times I know that just you're going to read a book that you might like the author or the way that they write, but because of the subject matter, depending on where this goes, maybe that's something that I'm not going to love. And the final two books are two books that have kind of just been on my to be read, or that I'm kind of in the middle of reading and just haven't gotten there. So the first one is You Like It Darker. This is Stephen King. It's, a collection of short stories. So I think the thing is, the first one of these, like a few of the stories in, I loved it. I kept going at it really hard. And then eventually I just kind of tapered off. I'm about 50% of the way through. I can just kind of pick this up and read it as is. So maybe this is kind of cheating to put this on this list, but it's just one that I started reading this probably about 6 or 7 months ago, and I haven't read it in maybe about 4 months. So I'll probably pick it back up, read a story or two. Who knows? And the final one is Under Wildwood. This is Colin Melly. Or Malloy, who you might know from the singer of the band The Decemberists, and frontman. I started reading this just because I was reading with my niece a while back. I'd kind of read books, talk to her about them, and try and do the same thing. That was maybe like 7, 8 years ago. But now that my daughter's starting to get older and get into this, the Wonderwood series or the Wildwood series is one that I think maybe I want to check out with them, especially because I do love the Decemberists. So checking this out, I probably have to reread these, and maybe I'll start reading these with my daughter sometime soon. So that was my 222 list. I'd love to hear what you have. If you do end up making one of these, or you see this video and you like it, the idea, either post what you see down in the comments or kind of, make a video, tag me in it. I'd love to check those out. As always, I have been Cole, and these are the two books I'm excited to read, the two books I'm scared to read, and the two books that have kind of been on my to be read list for a long time. All right, peace.